Hi guys, it's the date is the middle of June, right? And the weather is absolutely atrocious out there, right? So I've just been to the shop and I bought a 515 Mark IV, right? Now I bought that last week as well, right? The first thing I did with that, stripped it down, took the spool out, oiled the bearings. First things you do, exactly the same thing with this. Straight away, just got the rocket fuel in there. Now, that rocket fuel, this is the stuff, right? It's a tournament bottle, right? Don't bother with the other ones, you don't need to bother with the other ones, the yellow or the red one, like the tournament one is the one you need. It's got it written on the bottle, tournament. Let's do this, tissue obviously, a little, what's it called, takeaway tub like that, yeah. Obviously a screwdriver set, yeah. This is how I do mine, right. Now these reels come right here with the blue grease inside them, right. Now that blue grease is alright for the gearing, okay. So you don't need to mess about with your gearing in there, right. I've never had to, in doing this, like it's just the spool, and that's the only thing that makes a difference to your casting, right. Now you want grease on your gears inside there, and you put the right grease in there, but grease will obviously get in the bearings, which is grease you don't want on bearings. Now, I've used multipliers all my fishing life, like all my life basically, right, and I mean, the first reel I ever distance casted with was that reel there, when I was 13 years old, right, so, you know, so these multipliers are not new to me basically. I know these multipliers inside out here. I can just, you know, I know these things, so, just so you know, like, I know what I'm doing, okay, so, right, what we're going to do is just take the side plate off here. Bear in mind, right here, this is my first ever Mark IV, right. I've never owned one before in my life, right here. This is how confident I am. I've owned one of them before, but I didn't strip it, right here. I stripped this last week, right, and back together, no problem like this. So I know what I'm doing. They're brand new. I stripped that, put it back together again, and I'm smashing the weights and baits out with that. Right, so this, yeah. There's lads on there that'll tell you take your bearings apart and all that, right, yeah. No, you don't need to take your bearings apart at all. Oh, do you want one of the glasses? Right, go back in there. Okay. Try and do this so you've got good light, because it's a very dull day today. Okay, so you start just taking your screws out. You've seen all the YouTube tutorials, blah 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 about this already probably, like, so this is what I do, so what I like to do is keep screws in there like that. Looks like Pen got the screws all uniform for a change. They're all uniform, like, so you don't have to worry about what screws go where, like with that one. You've got two shorter screws there and a longer screw there. And the same with the side. Different size screws you've got to watch for. That's handy. That's alright. Never wrong with them. Now these spools, you can see the blue stuff on this now, right? Top there like that. You can just see the blue stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it there. There's that blue stuff in there, right? It's grease. That'll slow the bearings down there. You can see residue of it all inside here, like that's just a big no-no for your casting, right? Big no-no. So what you do is this, yeah. Take that, be careful that doesn't spring off as well, right? When you're taking this out. If that springs off, right, you know, and you can't find it, you're goosed basically, yeah. And take the retaining collar out. Right, now down to the bearing on this side, yeah. Now, what I use is this, look, to clean it, to clean the bearings, right? Plastic here, like the feel, right? And you want to pour this as well, right? While you're pouring it in there, right? You pour it over the shaft of this. Yeah? Actually, I have a bit of tissue handy for this, because when you do this, right, you want to wipe the shaft at the same time. Yeah? Saves a lot of hassle, not messing about with other things. Yeah? You can clean the shaft doing this. Yeah? The axle, like, got to keep that clean as well. And just pour a load of that into there like that, right? Obviously don't smoke while you're doing this bit. Don't have anything flammable around you, obviously, like it, because that stuff is like a fluid, it's pretty self-explanatory. And you got to get that off that side there before you take all the bearings out. That just clips off and then the bearings come out. Right, make sure there's no washers right here. Sometimes you'll get spacer washers there, look, see the spacer washers, right? They go on the inside of the spool there, right? Don't forget that, right? Just bung that in your lighter fluid. Always check for them spacers, like, remember what side it was on as well, right? On the ratchet side that spacer was. There isn't a spacer on this side. Other reels will have a spacer on the inside, which is the back, just so they can get the balance of the spool just perfect right here. They'll put the spacer in it, protects the bearings all that. Yeah, okay. Then, right. This is what I do this now, right? Just swirl it around a bit, isn't it? Stuff the back with it. Fine. Almost dirt on the knife. Pretty clean, but it's bearings. Swirl them around like that for a little bit here. Don't you got like, as you see lads, I take the bearings apart, I take the cover off the bearing and that right here. There's no need to do that, right? We're just swirling them around like this, like that. Like if we're getting everything, it takes everything out of the bearings like that. So it's a running everything as well. And then all you do then, right, is this bit of tissue, let them drain off in there. Just let them drain. Tissue will suck any of that white fluid out of there, like. it's worth being thorough with these bearings as well, like they're already running better. I should have done a ball comparison right here, but basically you turn the spools and you don't do this right here, the spool's really slow, yeah, so because grease has got in the bearings, you have to do this with your multipliers, so you have to do them from the manufacturers. It's part of the hobby doing this as well, like, yeah, being able to maintain your own reels, yeah. It's always good to do, especially with the multipliers. Not so much with the fixed spools, like, but with the multipliers you have to, maintenance is vital with multipliers, yeah. Okay, right. Now they've pretty much evaporated up there, alright, yeah, so it'll be nice and clean in there. So now you've got your rocket fuel, right? Now you don't need a lot of this stuff. Don't bathe them. You just want 1 or 2 drops on the top, right? It's a very fine viscosity on this oil, right? That's why it gets into everything, right? So you don't need to take the shields off the bearings, yeah? You don't need to do that. Just 1 drop on outside, and that's it. And then you can flip them over. You don't really need to do this, but I'm just doing it anyway. And actually I won't, no. That is literally all you need with this rocket fuel. The stuff's mental. Right. Okay, so we've got that now. Not forgetting the spacer here now, right? This is how quick and easy it is, right? Cat in the box. Right, so that spacer goes in there like that, look. And if you're ever having problems getting aluminium out of the anodised spool, right? Just be patient with it, right? Yeah? And you can use your shaft, right? You can poke it from the other side there. If it's ever stuck, yeah, you can pull them out like that, look. If you're ever struggling to get one of the bearings out of there, don't ever force them out, right? Don't ever force them, whatever you do. Just put them back in, put your bearings back in. And it can be a bit fidgety going back in and on, yeah. So you can press them in with your axle. So, that is literally all you have to do to cast distance. Now, there are bearings, there is a bearing in there, and there is a bearing, pinion clutch bearing in there, right? And there's a bearing in there as well, but they don't really matter when it comes to the casting. Your free spooling, right? That's what gets you your casting distance, right? And they're the 2 important bearings. That's all you need to do on your multipliers, yeah. We'll do like this. That's with the rocket fuel in it. Just keeps on going, look. And I'm going to be using this reel on my Century here. It's still going, look. No, it's just a little flick at that. Some of it because the spool's loose on it and the axle, like. But that is pretty much sorted, that yeah. See, if I added more oil to that now, it'd slow it down. Because the bearing wouldn't be able to be, it wouldn't turn as quick because it's like clogged up basically. You know, the oil starts heating up, expands and that, like, you know. So with this rocket fuel, they got it sussed like a. That's good, like if another using it every day. That's good for another like month, 2 months maybe. Maybe I should do it again. There you go. That is how I service my reels, yeah. We do this old and new reels. So these won't get used either. I think I'm used I grew up, first reels using didn't have magnetic brakes on them, yeah. Do you know what I mean? These are the first reels we used when we were younger. They didn't have mag brakes on them. They had that and that was it, and they had they got little rubber tips on them inside the bar inside there, like that rubs against the spool that helps you cast. And then they came up with the magnetic system, yeah. The Americans, like. So when it comes to casting these Americans magnetic systems now, like I don't use them. I just hit like and burn my thumb. Yeah. You know, smash and burn. That's what I like to do, mate, smash and burn. And complain about it after. Right. In fact, it only really burns right when you're coming to the end of the cast. You put your thumb down, slow down, so you don't mess up. When you're watching your weight hit the water, like. So that's how you that's your main cause of nesting, like. Is when you hit the water and you're not quick enough with your thumb to stop the spool. If you've got like a big heavy weight on a big heavy bait and you've casted 100 yards, you stop that spool, you know about it. Your thumb burns as I was weight behind it. sorry about that guys, just have a bit of delivery, I'll show you in a second, but anyway, right, yeah, there we go. That's that sorted now, right. Now you can cast further with these reels, right, if you use smaller diameter lines, blah blah, right. Like I've got 15 on that now, yeah, 15 copolymer. By the way, none of these reels have got mono on them, yeah. All these reels have got ASO bulletproof copolymer line. Got 15 and £20. That stuff, right? That stuff's amazing. It doesn't stretch. You can pull out of snags. The wind is fine with the wind and everything like that. It's so much better than mono. That I swear by it. This stuff. So what we used before mono came along was copolymer. Believe it or not, the younger generations won't know that like it. But when I was a kid, like it was just copolymer line, yeah, and nylon line, and then the Americans came up with mono, using it for big game, blah blah, right. So all my reels here, right, I've got copolymer on them, and I won't use mono unless I need to. Even my spinning setups are all braiding up. Right, this is what I got. So yeah, this is from the seat box, right. This straps onto the bar on the seat, on the seat, yeah. Umbrella. I'm not going to open it here, obviously, like this. But it is raining outside there. Come with me. Come have a look. Horrible day outside, as you can see, look. And yeah, strapped onto your box. Bolts on, whatever. Test pit like this here. Yeah. Box. That's how it goes, eh? You can tell obviously how you do other things with it. Like that, mate. Over like that, perfect. Thank you, boys. We're carrying a massive brolly down there, that other thing that weighs about 15 kilos. Well, shelters. There we go, right, yes? Right, anyway, right. Handy that. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.